Yep, they're ready to eat. He's still alive and kicking. My other one died right away. I had to check about the water and stuff like that, and I think it was either something was wrong with him or the water was just not his cup of tea. But this one loves it. He traveled with us and tried to hide from me, so I couldn't get him to put him in the to come here to our new house. There he goes. He waits over here. He loves to wait over here by this water bubble thing. But there he goes. He hangs out with them. He gives them respect. He loves the peas more than the flakes. I do have some that you put down to the bottom, but they always end up gobbling it up. So I have to wait until I feed them something else and then put some down in there where he can get it only, which is hard because they find every little crack. Where is she? Not this one is Cherish. The other one is, there she is, Cleo. She is the greedy one. So move out of the way if she has to. Yeah. I still haven't named the white one yet. Or the Placo. I haven't named him yet. Not really sure if it's a he or a she, but I'm pretty sure it's a he. That one is just crazy too. He gets right along with them. They all rode in the same, there was no bubbles, air bubbles or anything like that. It was a big, giant container. I wish I would have, recorded it. But it was just so much going on, you guys. With that move, we had to move like really quick with them because you can't leave them out too long. And they had to be without eating for 3 days. And so that way they don't dirty up the water without their, their air. But they did travel pretty good if you do it exactly like they tell you. Just look up traveling with your fish to another place, state or city or whatever. If you go to another state, now if it's taken a while, you might want to really time it right because everything has to stay wet, like they're everything that's in here, like all of these things, and especially their filters, because it's like the good bacteria, you got to leave that in there so you don't have to change, because otherwise you're recycling your whole tank again if you take all the water out. I put quite a bit of water in there though, because I couldn't take as much water as I wanted to. It was just, I kept some of the water. They don't tell you to keep the water, but I kept some of their water just to be on the safe side so it didn't cycle again. And you probably heard this before, but just in case you didn't see the video that I was trying to show you, but I was going to tell you another thing. My whole body was horribly broken down. We got everything out of this place like within so many days and moved in our new place because they wanted us in the new place. Everything done like right away because there's certain dates. And so me, with my old self, had to do a whole lot more than they did more than I did because I had to sit down after a little while and I was sitting with the baby. Because after a while, and I'm sure even the younger ones, they were like, shoot, because a couple of people had to sit and rest too with the way we were moving heavy stuff. I think this is what did it to me when I had to keep going back and filling up the water, because as soon as we got here, I wanted to make sure that they ate because they had to be hungry for 3 days. I think was it 2 days or 3 days? I think like 3 days before 2 days before you leave. You might want to check back on my other video, and it's either 2 or 3 days, and you can check other people that talk about moving fish. Look on YouTube and type in traveling with fish, moving your fish tanks. Don't leave the water in your fish tank. Take it all out. Take all of these things out. I put them in plastics, and I put them places to where they're not going to slide around, because you definitely don't want to have stuff sliding around, because they will break your tanks, you know, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, look at that changing color. Those are the rocks from the fish store. See how it's changing like white? They were completely black. I wanted them all black so that it could look like kind of really nice. So I'll have to probably replace them, because it's just the water and chemicals or whatever you put in there. But anyways, just be careful with the way that you transport them and the way you pack your fish tanks. I still have another fish tank in the garage, and I put it somewhere really neat so hopefully nothing breaks, because I want to make a saltwater tank, and that is going to be so pretty. I'm definitely doing that this sometime this year. I wanted to do that. I'm going to read up on it and watch some videos and so forth, and get my favorite saltwater fish. Look at that. They're crazy, these fish. They're waiting for food. The minute I turn on that light, they know it's time. But to limit the greenness, remember I was telling you that the fish tank got really green? Okay, is don't leave the light on too long. And don't overfeed. And then you gotta get something to get the green stuff out. Like, it's some kind of slime thing. I think I have a video of that. But I didn't take a picture of when it was green. Believe me, it was so green you couldn't even see that. It was like you were in the bottom of a lake somewhere. That's how dark it was, where you couldn't see them. So don't overfeed. It's really true. Don't do it. You can either kill them or get your fish will have green water really bad, where you can't even view them. They like it, you know, they're fine with it, because especially him, you know, because it's food in there, you know. Somehow it's these algae that they eat off of. And don't overfeed them. And don't leave the light on for all day and all night, unless you have a particular type of light. You know, in the backyard we have it's like a little pond, but I doubt if I'll ever put anything out there, because, you know, mosquitoes and stuff like that. My mom was talking about, you know, some places it's against the law to have too much water outside, because we accept, West Nile virus. I've been sick for a couple of days, like maybe last week. So I had to participate in the meetings on Zoom, but I feel way better today. I think, you know, since we stopped wearing masks, my body's used to wearing them, and something happened to where I guess it just didn't like me taking it off or something. I don't know, because I felt a little bit sick after that. So anyways, we're gonna go see the other fish in a minute. I'm gonna give them their food though. They're waiting. I usually cut the light on when it's time for them to eat, so they're like, hey, where is the food? But I've been in I have an anxiety problem and depression. So I have a beautiful family, and I have beautiful friends that go out of their way to be so beautiful, but it's not even that. It's just some other thing, you know, the anxieties of life that continue. Crazy stuff going on all around you and against you and against other people or whatever. It just kind of gets you a little anxiety of the world the way that it is. So I just get in the mood to video a little bit less than I normally do. So I apologize for that. And I do appreciate all you subscribers. And I hope you're enjoying content. Something that'll make you happy, something you might learn, something you might find funny even, who knows? Or something that might, you might have ideas for other people, you know, to share. I like to share things so that you can get more information. Now, if you see those rocks, they don't look quite as light. So I don't know if it's this camera, if it's not. I don't know. They look a little darker than what you're seeing right there. I'll see whenever I finish. But let's look at him. He's getting a little bigger. Uh-oh. Don't you get as big as the fish, because they say when they get big, they can kind of overtake and they'll try and like eat some of their slime off of their bodies or whatever. In that case, he will go in a separate tank if he starts doing that, and I'll just have him separate and get a smaller one and keep switching them off and put them in separate ones. I've seen a humongous one like this, big. They look pretty gorgeous, but look at that. Okay, I'm going to pause it, and then it's 11 minutes, so I don't want you guys to have to look at too long. So I'll have the other fish on there in a little bit. I have the one, a platy, I believe. She's the only one I have left. She's my favorite one anyways. She's so cute, pretty color, orange one. But the babies died. I don't know how I think it was the filter. I think the filter leaked charcoal, because when I took the filter out, for some reason, so be careful when you rinse your filters, if you do rinse them out, to get some of this stuff out of it when you're cleaning your tank. Some people don't even rinse them, they just throw them out, but I rinse mine out if it's not too much sediment on it, and I use them until it's like beyond whatever you have to do. And those fish, the little fish, I believe had died from poisoning from that charcoal, because I think it leaked out because I was squeezing it. I could see that there was charcoal like coming out. I wish I would have known before that. I can't believe it. They were just dying like little by little. But she was in a different tank, my other one. So that's why nothing happened to her, but hopefully that doesn't happen to that filter, because then I'll just get a different type of filter. I won't even bother with that. You know how they have the ones that are separate, and then you just put the one that sucks up the different things that aren't supposed to be in there. It's in a separate thing instead of like right on the tank like that. So, but anyways, I'm getting back into doing certain things. I have a lot of things to do this winter, as far as finishing up my knitting and stuff like that, because I have not finished that. The ones I did last winter, and I have to get down and give them to the people, because we moved away, and give it to the people that my friends that I made them for. So they'll get them, and I'll show you guys when they're done. All right, we'll see you in the next video, y'all. Thank you so much, and have a good night, and enjoy the weather, because it's coolness coming. The heat is going away for a little bit. It is still like in the 80s here, but it's a little cool breeze in the background, which makes it really nice. And we had some rain yesterday, a thunderstorm. My son has that video, and I'm gonna try and get him to send it to me so I can post it. It was very beautiful. I'll put it like a short video, and one of those short rails or whatever. Well, it's gonna put it on there anyways, because that's how short the video is. And you can see it. It was really nice. It didn't last a whole long time, but it was quite a bit of the evening. We got the door open, and with that screen, of course, the breeze was beautiful. And this winter, I'm going to make a doorstop so you can see it. I'm going to knit it, or I'm going to sew it. I don't know, but I'll show you how I do it and what I put in it. All right. So, anyways, I will see you guys on the next video. Anyways, thank you. Bye-bye.